not true. 22 questions in 22 minutes. Where were you born? Las Vegas. Who would you want to play you in a movie? John Waters playing me. I'd also like to play John Waters. What was your first job? I was joking about the railroad thing. Mom can back me up on this. When I was 3 or 4, I would go down to a parking lot on the Strip in Las Vegas that my family owned, and I would pick up trash and little cigarette butts and clean up the parking lot. Right? Am I crazy to think I was 3? I remember being very young. Maybe I was 5. I was 5. What is your biggest fear of the abominable snowman? And this is not funny, this is not a joke, this is not a bit. I am mortified. I am deathly afraid. If I even go to a place and I think the abominable snowman might be there, I don't go. If I am going to Nepal on a little trip up into the mountains of Himalaya and I have a Sherpa guide and he's got a long wispy beard that turns into a mustache and he looks at me and he says the abominable snowman might be here, I say, no thanks, and I go home and cry for days straight. Next question. What is the thing you always have in your fridge at all times? Mold. I have a very depressing fridge. My fridge, I didn't know I had a fridge, if that tells you what's in my fridge. I think I have ketchup from when I was in college that I took with me, vintage, Heinz, nice year, 1982, best year of Heinz, that's what I got in my fridge. What is your greatest accomplishment? Real talk. There's a school in Surprise, Arizona for, I think the way that they sum it up on Instagram is a school for awesome adults with intellectual disabilities. They did, I'm literally about to cry, that's crazy. My voice is like fluctuating. For the last 12 days, they've been doing a 12 days of Rumpel art show where every day they're creating pieces of art about Rumpel and about being yourself, and I'm so proud of that. I'm so touched to be a small part. I'm literally crying on a live stream video. And next question! Who is the most interesting person you met recently? Rumpel Buttercup in Times Square last night. Look for our live stream. Rumpel made his way through Times Square. He met the Hulk. He met a New York City cop. By the way, shout out to New York City cops, I love you. Shout out to all cops. I love law enforcement. I love firemen. I love anybody that's a hero. Including you, Mom. You're my hero. Hey, also, what's your middle name? Funny story. It's Gray, just like you saw when you wrote the question. Who wrote this? I want the answer to who wrote this. It says, oh, that's you, Colin. It's great. Next question. What is your biggest pet peeve? People who ask me what my middle name is. I'm joking. I'm totally kidding. But to be honest, Gray. I got so many stories that I'm thinking about telling that I'm pulling back on. But by this point, all the deadbeats have tuned out. These are the true fans. You guys that have stuck around, Mom, literally everyone in this room left except my mom. Eric's gone. He's in the wind. Someone's asleep over there. Cool. This is great. What was the question? Something. What's even happening right now? What if I was just narcoleptic? I just completely fell asleep. I'm pretty tired. I've been doing a lot of press, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Also, heads up to anyone that's writing a kid's book. Funny idea to make a giant costume of yourself and wear it around. Also very hot and sweaty. And I have been nothing but sweating for the past 24 hours. And I have no more vitamins in my body. What is the last book you read? Good question. The last book I read was Wake Up, Sir by Jonathan Ames. It's a hilarious book by a very funny writer named Jonathan Ames, and I highly encourage it. What is your guilty pleasure? I'm gonna get real here for a second. I have a thing with the word guilty pleasure. I don't like it. And this is not a bit. I don't like it because I feel like it's a way sometimes for people, and I'm looking at it more from like, again, I know whoever wrote this question, you meant it, and I'm not trying to rain on your question. I feel like critics use it sometimes to give accolades to things that they think they're better than. Like, oh, I think that maybe this, I like, The Simpsons is fine. It's a guilty pleasure. No, if you like something, you like it. It's good. And I stand by that. I don't think that, I hate awards. I don't like awards for art. I don't like qualifying art. If you like something, it's just as good. I've seen commercials that I love more than feature films because they're done with more heart and more tenderness and more care. And I've seen feature films that I like more than commercials. It's like, to me, if you like something, you love it. So my biggest guilty pleasure is saying the word guilty pleasure. I love saying it. I'm kidding, I hate saying it. Next question. Do you have any hidden talents? No. You've seen it all, folks. I'm joking. I can, I'm gonna be real deal right here. I can whistle so well that people often think I'm a Disney princess when I'm whistling. Yeah, thank you. Pretty good, right?
Encore.
I'll whistle again at the end. Thank you for that. Isn't that cool?
So welcome.
Thank you, that's a great question. What color is your toothbrush? Good question. I was going for a joke, but it wasn't funny. So I'm gonna ask that again, and we're editing that out. Perfect, and edit. You done? Perfect, okay. What's my color of my toothbrush? Brown, because I brush my teeth with a Snickers bar. That's what in retrospect, it was a good joke. I should have just gone with it. Yeah, I put toothpaste.
Is it ADA approved?
It's ADA, but ADA stands for Adam Driver's assistant, who told me that it's great. It's great for your teeth. I have nothing but cavities. I'm joking. I've never had a cavity in my life. I don't brush my teeth with an old rusty Snickers bar dipped in gel, dipped in hair gel. I brush it with a white toothbrush made by a brand. Can we say? Why am I so like trying to say brand names? Sonicare. Disney. I love Disney movies. I can say that, right? Sometimes when you're a guy who's like on things, you're like don't say anything about anything. If you talk about, don't call chapstick chapstick. Call it lipstick because you're wearing lipstick because you're Joan Rivers, Gubler. And I'm like, what, Mom? What? What is your secret snack? Boy, oh boy, howdy, do I like a snack. Snack a lot. Snack-a-dack. I like cashews, and I will eat them all day long. I will eat them in the day. I will eat them when the sun is out. I will eat them in the bay. Hey, Random House, take notes. That's the next book. I'm joking. Next one's better. How do you take your coffee? In my throat. I love coffee. I'm not gonna lie, I drink a lot of coffee. Fun fact about me, this is true, and this is actually, I shouldn't tell you this because then you know my weakness. I have never in my entire life said no to a cup of coffee. If someone says, hey Goob, cup of coffee? I say yeah. I can't say no. It's like what's that? It's like Beetlejuice. Like you can trick them or something, or the devil. What is that? What's that old nursery rhyme? You can't. Oh, a vampire. You have to. If you invite him into the house or something, he has to. You know, I can't say no to coffee. So if you invite me to coffee, I'll be there. I will take sympathy laughs. You at home. By the way, whoever at home is watching this, I love you. I really do, and I really appreciate it. And thank you. And these books, I hope you enjoy them. I hope you enjoy these signatures. I'm putting a lot. Here's the other thing, guys. I'm a real deal here. I like to sign things personally to people. So I was a little bit on the fence of I like things, but this is very personal, and it's to you. And I wish I could write all of your names individually. Know that in my mind, I'm writing your name, and I'm drawing a little rumple. Because and next question. What's the last movie I saw in theaters? I love movies. The last one I saw, I'm really excited about a movie that I haven't seen yet. And I'm gonna try to see it tonight, but that's not a movie that I saw, so I can't say that. The last one that I actually saw in a movie theater was, that's a great, why am I drawing a blank right now? Are you checking the time? No, I'm signing. Okay, is that it? We're almost done. I don't want this to be over. We're gonna do all these, don't worry. The last movie I saw in a movie theater was, oh my gosh, it was actually Who Framed Roger Rabbit. In Los Angeles, we're very lucky to have some cool old theaters, and they show beautiful old movies. I watched a revival of Roger Rabbit with a couple of people that worked on the film talking about it. It's one of my favorite films. I love Roger Rabbit. And watching it now, which I loved as a kid too, it's just a beautiful movie. And the dedication they basically, every real life person in that movie is playing it so serious and so straight, like it's a 1940s film noir, and they're never like acknowledging that they're dealing with these imaginary characters or these ridiculous characters. And as a nuance I never picked up on as a kid was just like the brutal seriousness of Eddie Valiant works perfectly juxtaposed against, well, I'm Roger Rabbit. And it's just so perfectly directed. Zemeckis is a genius. I love that film. I love all films. What is the last gift you gave? I was in the New York City streets, changing into this costume in a puddle. A concerned woman who had the right to be concerned because I was changing in the New York City streets while standing in a suitcase, came out, asked me what I was doing, and I gave her a Ruffle Buttercup book to explain it all. She kind of looked at it and was like, still doesn't make sense, and then walked away. What cause is dear to your heart? You know, every cause is dear to my heart. That school in Surprise, Arizona is, of course, as of when I met them yesterday, very dear to my heart. I love that they're encouraging people to be themselves. I love, the school is called, what's it called again, Colin? The Instagram is called Art Studio. I know, I only know their Instagram. It's the Art Studio. If you click on that, it'll take you to their actual page, and it's called. It's in Surprise, Arizona. It's called. We'll get to that in one moment. Beyond. It's something beyond. I'll revisit that in a moment. The next question is, what is number one on your bucket list? To do a 1-hour live signing where I behave like a rational human being. That'll never happen. That'll never happen, I can promise you that. I have nothing on my bucket list. I want to breathe underwater. That would put me in the grave, by the way. That's something on your bucket list that if you try to do, you just die. So that's it. I want to go to space. Yeah, I want to go to space. Go back to space, I'm from Pluto. Where do you want to go that you've never been before? Oh, Pluto. Where do you want to go you've never been? Well, to tie it all back, while I am terrified of the Abominable Snowman, like all things you're terrified of, I'm very curious. I would like to go to Nepal, and I want to find him. And my dearest hope is that I'm dressed as Rumple when I find him. And I hope he's nice. I hope he's like the Abominable Snowman in that Rudolph movie, the claymation one. Not like the Abominable Snowman in the Matterhorn ride at Disneyland, which I still can't open my eyes when I'm looking at. Do you know the name of the thing? It's Beyond.
One Step Beyond.
Oh, One Step Beyond. One Step Beyond Art Studio in Surprise, Arizona. By the way, great town name, Surprise, Arizona.